Have you ever felt completely unseen, judged for your past, defined by your mistakes, and just thirsty for something more, something real? Imagine meeting someone who, in a single conversation, sees past all of it, right into your soul. That's exactly what happened one hot afternoon in a place called Samaria. Picture this. It's high noon. The sun is beating down, and a Samaritan woman makes her daily trip to Jacob's well. She goes at this unusual hour to avoid the whispers and stares of the other women. Today, however, is different. A man is sitting by the well. He's a Jew, and Jews don't talk to Samaritans, especially not to a woman with her reputation. But this man, Jesus, looks at her and says something that shatters all expectations. Will you give me a drink? This simple request, as recorded in John chapter 4, verse 7, is so much more than a plea for water. It's a bridge being built across a chasm of cultural and religious hostility. The woman is stunned. "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman," she replies. "How can you ask me for a drink?" She's pointing out all the reasons they should be enemies, all the walls that society has built between them. But Jesus isn't interested in those walls. He responds with a mysterious and intriguing offer. If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. Living water? What could that even mean? The woman is confused, thinking he's talking about some kind of special spring. She says, "Sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water?" This is where the conversation turns from the physical to the spiritual. Jesus looks at her, right past her defenses, and says, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." Think about that for a second. How many things in our lives are like the water from that well? We chase after success, relationships, possessions, approval, and for a moment, they satisfy us. But the thirst always comes back, doesn't it? We're left feeling empty, still searching. What is the water you keep going back to, hoping it will finally quench your thirst? The woman, intrigued, says, "Sir, give me this water so that I wanted to get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." She's still thinking in practical terms, but she's open, she's listening. And it's at this moment that Jesus gently brings her past into the light. He says, "Go, call your husband and come back." Her response is a half-truth, a deflection. "I have no husband." Jesus then reveals that he knows everything about her. "You are right when you say you have no husband," he tells her. "The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband." Imagine the shock. This stranger, this man she just met, knows the deepest, most hidden parts of her life, the parts she came to the well at noon to hide from everyone else. She could have run. She could have been filled with shame and anger, but she doesn't. Instead, she sees something extraordinary in him. She says, "Sir, I can see that you are a prophet." She recognizes his divine insight, and immediately her mind goes to the biggest religious question of her time. Where is the right place to worship? Her people, the Samaritans, say on a mountain. His people, the Jews, say in Jerusalem. It's a classic religious debate. But Jesus lifts her perspective even higher. He tells her in John 4, verses 23 and 24, "Yet a time is coming, and has now come, when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit, and in truth, for they are the kind of worshippers the Father seeks. God is Spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the Spirit and in truth." This is revolutionary. Jesus is saying that worship isn't about a physical location or following the right rituals. It's not about being a Jew or a Samaritan. It's about the state of our hearts. It's about a genuine, authentic connection with God, guided by his Spirit and grounded in his truth. How does this change the way you think about worship? Does it feel confined to a building on a Sunday? Or is it something that can pour out of your life every single day, in spirit and in truth? The woman is processing all of this. This man has offered her living water, revealed her hidden life without condemnation, and redefined her understanding of God. She grasps for the one thing she knows to hope for, saying, "I know that Messiah is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us." And then Jesus gives her the answer she, and all of Israel, had been waiting centuries to hear. He looks directly at her, the outcast, the woman with a past, and declares, "I, the one speaking to you, I am he." In that moment, everything changes. She is the first person in the Gospel of John to whom Jesus explicitly reveals his identity as the Messiah. Not to the religious leaders, not to the great crowds, but to a lone, marginalized woman at a well. He saw her value when no one else did. He offered her dignity, truth, and a new beginning. What happens next is beautiful. She leaves her water jar, the very symbol of her old thirsts and daily burdens, and runs back to the town she once avoided. She's no longer hiding. She becomes an evangelist, a messenger. She tells everyone, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" Her testimony was so powerful, so authentic, that many people from her town believed in Jesus because of her. She went from being an outcast to being a catalyst for her entire community's faith. This story isn't just a historical account. It's an invitation to each one of us. Jesus meets us right where we are, at our own wells. He knows our past, our secrets, our shame, and our deepest thirsts, and he doesn't condemn us. Instead, he offers us living water, a relationship with him that truly and forever satisfies the deepest longings of our souls. He sees us, he knows us, and he loves us. So, what is the water jar you're holding on to? What's the burden, the identity, or the repetitive cycle you need to leave behind to run and tell others about the hope you found in him? The same Jesus who met the woman at the well is waiting to meet you today. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content that brings these powerful stories to life. We'd also love to build a community of prayer here. If you have an intention you'd like us to pray for, please share it in the comments below. God bless you.